So basically in this session, we will cover up the prerequisites and introduction part of Citrix, like what is Citrix and why we are using the Citrix. Okay. What
जी,
are the benefits of Citrix? Multiple things we will cover up in this session. So coming to the basic definition of Citrix, as you can see here on the screen, it is a company which has headquarters in US, Florida. Okay. And we have two major products from the Citrix for virtualization. The two most popular products are virtual apps and desktop. Okay,
and that's
now they name apps virtual apps and desktop, but earlier those were called as Gen app and Gen desktop. Okay, so after release of version 7.6, they guys have changed multiple things like Gen app to virtual app and Gen desktop to virtual desktop, Netscaler to Citrix ADC, then your Gen server to Citrix hypervisor. Multiple names has been changed now. Okay,
जी,
so basically we have two powerful products from Citrix for virtualization, which is known as, actually we have multiple products from Citrix, but most popular one are Citrix virtual apps and desktop. Okay, which has been used for virtualization perspective
personalization.
to publish desktop and applications to end users, and number of virtualization activities we are using Citrix. Okay, so
जी,
coming to the working key and components, like as you can see from left hand side, this is simple end user laptop or desktop. It is end user device,
yes,
and in this
yes,
particular laptop or desktop, what we have to do, we have to install one application called as Citrix receiver or Citrix workspace,
work
which
space,
is
yeah.
current version. Okay, so and this is the part right now what you are performing in your current profile. You are just installing that thing, and after that you have to ask to your end users to open a web browser, then to enter an URL to get into your storefront server. After that, user have to enter the credentials, and after that,
Yes,
whatever things are published to end users, those application or desktop user will be able to access. Correct. So
access,
this is
yes,
for end user device. So in between, we have one firewall which we call as Netscaler for Citrix. Okay. Now it is
yes,
Citrix ADC. Okay. So basically, it is a soft firewall, and we have to. It has been used for. It is getting used as an extra layer of security. Okay.
okay,
And so basically, this is the end user part, like client part, and rest right hand side part will be our data center. Okay. So
okay,
in our data center, we have multiple components here. As you can see, delivery controller is responsible to gets connect and to communicate with all other components like storefront, studio, director, license server, and our hypervisor, which are the core components of Citrix. Okay, so if we
okay,
talk about the core component of Citrix, we have storefront server, we have Citrix studio, then director. Basically, director is a troubleshooting tool. Okay, and with the
okay,
help of director, we can easily uh, take a remote session of virtual machines which are published to end users. Correct. And license
okay,
server is something relevant to licensing part, and this is our hypervisor. Okay, and why we are using hypervisor? To host our application and desktop both. Correct.
okay,
And Active Directory is simple AD server, and it has been used for user authentication. Correct. Basically, Active Directory server stores all informations relevant to users, computers, and OU. Correct. That
yes,
is why we are using Active Directory server. And apart from that, we must have an SQL server for database, like whatever the activities going on into our sessions, like how many users are connected at a time, how many users are running, what are the failures, what are the errors. Each and every logs will get stored in SQL server only, which is our
SQL
database.
server data.
Okay, so this is a working principle of Citrix, or you can consider it as a key component of Citrix. Actually, it is a kind of flow diagram or network diagram, you can
Yes, yes,
refer. Correct. So coming to the next, so basically I have divided the entire series into 10 sessions. Okay, the first
okay,
we are discussing right now here in this session, which are the prerequisites, like what we will require to create the lab for our testing perspective. Okay. And
Okay.
from the second session, all those sessions will be practical only. And
Okay.
in the second one, we will learn how to install and configure the delivery controllers and other core components. In the third one, we will learn how to configure the Citrix hypervisor. In the next
Okay.
one, we will learn how to create a Gen desktop site and how to add the delivery controllers to that particular site. In the fifth one,
Okay.
we will learn how to install and configure the virtual delivery agent. Then we
GP.
will learn how to create the machine catalogs, then how to create or configure the delivery groups, then configurations of a storefront. In the ninth session, we
Okay.
will test our deployment. Correct. What we have
Okay.
created, we will test. And 10th one is for you for troubleshooting and other issues.
Troubleshooting.
If you
Okay.
are, if you face any issue, I will be there. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
here in the first session, what we are discussing, that is prerequisites. Okay. So this this will be a test lab that you will have to create. Okay. So
Yes.
as you can see, I have mentioned this is the minimum infra which is required to learn or to create a small data center for your educational purpose. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create one domain controller. So let me explain. Our first machine will be our domain controller, which will be our
Okay.
Active Directory server, and I have allocated 2 GB RAM for that. And my domain is techmtech.com. In your case, domain may be different, correct? So
Okay.
it's up to you. Second machine will be our delivery controller, and what we will do, we will install every core component of Citrix in this delivery controller itself. Okay, and
Okay.
I have allocated 6 GB of RAM to that machine, and I have joined this machine into my domain, which is
Okay.
techmtech.com. So for those, sorry, what is going on? Okay, so for those two machines, I have used server 2019 as a operating system. Okay, let me
Okay.
mention here server 2019 I have used for those machines. Okay,
Okay.
server 2019. Okay, so because we need server operating system to configure Active Directory server. Also, this is also a server, so we will be requiring server operating system only. Okay, so what you have to do,
Okay.
you have to create one domain controller in your infra. Okay, and you have to create another machine. You can rename it at DDC, and you have to
DDC.
just join that machine into your domain. That's it. I need it from your side. Okay, rest how to
Okay.
configure delivery controller, that I will cover up in upcoming sessions. Okay,
Okay. Okay, sir.
coming to the next, these will be our hypervisors like Gen server 01 and Gen server 02. Okay, so you have nothing to configure for those. I will let you know how to configure the hypervisor in practical sessions only. Okay, and apart
Okay, sir.
from that, what I will require from you, I will be needed to desktop operating system. In my case, it's Windows 10, client 01 and client 02. So basically, those will be the end user machines or client machines. With the help of those machines, what we will do, we will test our entire deployment. Correct. Like we will use
Okay.
those machines as an end user machines, and we will try to access the applications or desktop what we will host on those virtual machines only. Okay, so that's it. And for the same, what you will be requiring, you will be requiring 2 plus 6, 10, 10, then 26. And then, okay, so you will be requiring at least 32 GB of RAM on your physical hardware. Okay, so just let me
Okay.
know what hardware you have with you right now to create that infra.
राइट नाउ तो मैं ऑफिस का लैपटॉप यूज कर रहा हूँ जिसमें 8 GB रैम है।
नहीं नहीं उससे कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा, इट इज वेरी लेस एक्चुअली. सो
जी जी जी।
व्हाट आई कैन डू फॉर यू, अगर हम जेन सर्वर 02 को भी रिमूव कर देते हैं. ओके, एंड इस मशीन को भी रिमूव अगर कर देते हैं,
अभी
एंड
एटलीस्ट 20 चाहिए, है ना?
यस, देन आल्सो यू विल बी रिक्वायरिंग, यस, 20 GB एटलीस्ट चाहिए ही चाहिए फॉर स्मूथ फंक्शनलिटी. करेक्ट.
ओके।
So
ओके।
that hardware you must have to arrange. And if you don't have any hardware, you have multiple things like we have multiple service providers. From them you can get a dedicated server on rental basis, correct?
Okay.
But
Okay.
without practicals, that will be useless for you, correct?
जी, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
इन दैट वे मैं आपको 200 वीडियो शेयर कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन विदाउट प्रैक्टिकल्स कोई सेंस नहीं बनेगा, करेक्ट?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
So for the same, you have to arrange that hardware. So you can take a machine from Google Cloud, अगर physical machine नहीं है, or you can also ask me. I have one of my servers that what I will do. I will open one remote console for you for next
ओके
15 days for your practice purpose, and for the same,
ओके
I will charge you for 4,000 for a month.
ओके
Okay, and
ओके
within
ओके
that, because it will be cheaper for you. Why? Because if you go to the Google, where is Google dedicated servers? Let me check the pricing. So dedicated server means you need one physical hardware, not virtual machine, correct?
यस
Because
यस यस
in
यस
virtual machine you will not be able to virtualize further, correct?
जी
So no, I do not want SQL server. So you can search on internet. Actually, we have
ओके
multiple things. So what if you can find, please let me know. If you can't find, or if you want to use my hardware, please let me know in advance. So what I will do,
ओके
I will open one console for you, and it's your job to create those three machines only, correct?
ओके सर
So we have to finish this up, because you have joined with me and it's a long time now. So I have multiple queues of friends, correct? So I have to cover all of
बिल्कुल
them. So prerequisites we have already discussed, and from
ओके
second to eighth session, all those will be core practicals only.
कोर
In these
प्रैक्टिस
sessions, we will learn how to configure the SQL server, how to configure the delivery controllers, then Citrix hypervisor, then NetScaler also will be there in between, correct? So without practicals, trust me, you will get nothing, correct? So
श्योर बिल्कुल
you have to go to the with the practicals itself, and you have to do one thing. First, try to arrange one physical laptop. If you can arrange, that will be fine. If you can't, please ping me on WhatsApp. I will give you the solution, okay? For your
ओके ओके सर
learning perspective, because you must have to create one small data center, correct? Because
जी यस
as you have one data center in your organization where you are working right now, so like servers are there. What we will do in troubleshooting part, we will do, just suppose we will down that machine GDC, and after that we will check like how things are working, means user will be able to connect or not. We can down this server as well, we can down domain controller as well, correct? We have multiple scenarios to perform, correct? We can also
जी
down
यस
the SQL server as well, correct? So those kind of activities are there for L2 and L3 type of troubleshooting. So if you want to
यस
upgrade yourself to L2 or to L3 level, so you have to be work hard for core technical things. Like I'm talking about this part data center part, correct?
यस यस यस
Not this
यस
part. This part have very limited things to learn, correct? Just you are doing
यस
right now, resetting user profiles and whatever the activities you are doing right now. So you have to work hard for this, how to create and manage the data center, correct?
यस सर
So this is done from my side for this session. If you have any concern or any query, please let me know.
नो नो सर आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू सर्च एंड अरेंज dedicated server for me.
Yeah, please try to do that, and make sure it
Yes, yes,
should be physical hardware only, correct? I do not
yes, yes,
want
yes,
to waste your money for virtual machine, correct? Because
yes.
if you can find some cheaper machine, please let me know. Before go for any subscription, please show me the
Okay,
configuration what you are
okay,
uh, trying to get, okay? So,
okay, okay, sir.
and apart from that, I am having my off on Saturday and Sunday, and till Monday I am totally available. So if you can
Okay, okay,
arrange
sir.
it by today, I will finish the entire class within 3 days, and Rest
Okay.
you will get your hardware for next 15 days for this part, troubleshooting and backup plan. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because deploying the infra is not a big deal. Like I can deploy the infra in one day itself, correct? But to troubleshoot the production issues, like when things are running, in that case, those experience matters, correct? Because you
Yes.
cannot shut down your entire infra. If something goes down, you will to troubleshoot for it only, correct?
Yes.
Because in into the production, when we are working into the production, we cannot reboot or shut down our machine. Why? Because it will impact the work for end users or for our clients, correct?
Yes.
Okay, buddy, so this is done from
Okay.
my side. And I hope you can understand, you can make hardware available, after we just try to get this done by evening itself. Why? Because
Yes. Sir.
today is optional holiday for me and for multiple users, just because of Good
Yes. Yes.
Friday, correct? So I'm
Yes.
available totally, but I do not want to take you further with theory part only, because it will never help for you, correct?
बिल्कुल sir.
Okay, buddy, bye, have a nice day.
Okay.
If you have
Thank you,
any
sir. Thank
concern
you, sir.
or query, please ping me on WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye, sir.